Attapadi is situated on the northeastern side of Palakkad district and spread over an area of 827 square kilometers. Attapadi is one of the largest tribal settlements in the state. The grandiloquence of this great symphony of forests, rivers and mountains is awe-inspiring. Many tribals like the Kurumbars, Irulas and the Mudugas live here. The Malleshwaram Peak and the river Bhavani have a tremendous influence on the lives of the tribals. Mist draws across the forehead of the Western Ghats like sacred ash. These skyscraping mountains, having a significant place in the global weather map, feed Kerala with the milk of pure water. Their interior is home to innumerable flora and fauna. The variety of living beings, including humans inhabiting this place, have not yet been fully catalogued. It is officially estimated that there are about 36 tribes in Kerala now. The government has stipulated criteria such as very low, usually less than 2% literacy, decreasing rate of population rise, dependence on pre-agrarian technology, and economic backwardness to characterize tribals in India. By these standards, Kurumbars qualify to be regarded as a tribe. Among Kurumbars, there are various sub-tribes such as Thain Kurumbar, Vetta Kurumbar, Mullu Kurumbar, and Attapadi Kurumbar. Attapadi in Palakkad district is the main dwelling place of Kurumbars. In earlier times, these people were also known as Pal Kurumbars. According to the baseline survey conducted by KIRTADS in 2006-07, there are 2,079 Kurumbars consisting of 149 men and 130 women. House is called Alai or Salai. These houses are constructed side by side along a line. The roof is made of grass, the walls of either bamboo or mud. If made of mud, the walls are given a protective coating of cow dung paste. Every house has a veranda or tavara, an inner veranda or denai, and a main room vithu. Their staple diet consists of the products of the forest. They make use of sharpened wooden sticks to dig out tubers, while the tubers and bulbs like Noorakiranga, Kavarakiranga and Narakiranga and the leaves of trees in the forest are used as food. They used to eat meat of small birds, deer, rabbit and so on, and also fish. They go out in groups to gather fruits and other food. Agriculture is the main means of livelihood of the Kurumbars. They also depend on cattle raising and poultry farming. They raise high-yield varieties of cattle too. Milk is a source of income. At the same time, cow dung is used as manure for agriculture. They pay serious attention to poultry farming also. Punam cultivation is their chief livelihood. Earlier, they used to leave the place of cultivation after harvest. The place where they do punam cultivation is known as Kothukadu. The village council meets to take decisions on agriculture. The chief leads the group to Kothukadu. After paying obeisance to the mountain gods, they sow the seed. Manukaran oversees all operations. His field is first ploughed and the seeds are sown by all together. This marks the beginning of the process. Muttari, Chama, Kannamnelli, Mudira, Ragi, Chira, Tuvara are some of the items they mainly cultivate. Sowing is done in the months of Idamam and Midunam, and harvest in the months of Chingam, Kanni and Thulam. After harvest, they offer Chama to the gods, and only then do they use the crops for themselves. The Kurumbars have a remarkable technique of fishing. Across the streams in the forest, they build check dams making use of common pebbles. Leaves and garbage are then used to plug the holes between one pebble and another. They block the flow of water in this manner, thereby trapping the fish. Using a cage called Kurumbar, they now catch the fish. Many tributaries of the Bhavani River and the Shirvani River flow by the villages of Kurumbars. This has had a significant influence on the food habits of Kurumbars. Hunting used to be a main source of their food too. They are experts in catching prey using a wide variety of traps.
ഇത് വേറൊരു രീതിയിൽ എല്ലാം മാത്രം പിടിച്ചുണ്ടാക്കുന്ന ഒരു കടിയാക്കും ഈ കത്താരിങ്ങ ജാതി കുറുമ്പാനയത്തിൽ ഇതിനെ കത്താരി ഉണ്ടാക്കി ഇതൊക്കെ പേര് ഈ കത്താരി എല്ലാം ഇച്ച പ്രശ്നം சொன்னால் ഇത് മേൽ വെച്ച വലിക്കുറോ വെൽത്തിന്ത് ഇത് ഇച്ച കാട്ടാക്കും ഇച്ച കാട്ടിന്ത് ഇതൊക്കെ ഒരു ദേപാസെ ഒരു ഇതുണ്ട് കോലുണ്ട് ഈ കോലിനെ ഇച്ച വെത്ത് എലിവര ഓടിക്ക് ഇച്ച വെത്ത് കൊടുക്കണം ഇച്ച വെക്കണം ഇച്ച വെക്കണം വെത്തിന്ത് വെത്താതെ ഉറപ്പായി ശരിയായ നിലത്തിന്ത് നിനക്കാത് എലി നേരെ വന്ന് കളി ഇത് പട്ട് കളിഞ്ഞ ഇതാ എലി കൊടുങ്ങും.
They still practice the technique of making fire by rubbing bamboo sticks. Dry bamboo is split lengthwise along the middle. After filling one of them with dry leaves, it is placed upside down. It is then vigorously rubbed with the other piece. The heat generated as a result ignites the dry leaves, which is then blown into a flame. The Kurumbars also follow the practices of the country folk for processing food grains. They use artifacts like mortar, pestle and millstone. Ragi placed in the mortar is first pounded to remove the seed coat. Then By winnowing, the seed coat is separated. The next step is grinding on a stone to produce flour, which is made into a paste in water and cooked to give ragi puttu, a favorite ethnic food of the Kurumbars. Collecting honey is another chief source of income for them. Actually, this is celebrated with great festivity in the entire village during the months of Kumbam and Meenam. Prayer by women is an important part of this ritual. On the theme of honey, the Kurumbars have many songs. Once a beehive is spotted, they set up fire underneath the tree. The resulting smoke drives away most of the bees. On climbing the tree, they drive away the remaining bees with a torch of dry coconut palm leaves and pluck away the beehives. They have herbal remedies for a wide range of health problems. They have efficacious herbs for diabetes, psoriasis, piles, rheumatism, joint pains, and diseases of the eyes, and so on.
ഏത് രോഗി ഉണ്ടായാലും കൈക്കാല് വേദന കടശാല് അപ്പോൾ രക്തപ്പോക്ക് നീർക്കെട്ട് ഇതൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ എല്ലാ രോഗിക്കുള്ള അത് മരുന്ന് നമ്മൾ കൊടുത്തിട്ട് അപ്പോൾ അതൊക്കെ മാറ്റുന്നുണ്ട്. நோய் பயங்கர நோய் இது ஒரு தெரியாமோ ஐநாளிலிருந்து எம்மா பாட்டி பாட்டாள காலத்திலிருந்து எம்மா மரப்பேர் எடுத்து மரத்தோல் எடுத்து
They also administer herbal medicines ground into a paste, accompanied by prayer and magical spell. Even city folks approach the Kurumbars for treatment of deadly diseases like cancer. The women of the tribe have a special style of hairdressing. The hair is tightly wound into a ball, projecting from the right-hand side of the head and kept in place with combs made of bamboo, which are very artistically crafted. Their ornaments are made of gold, brass, silver and stones. Panashankali, a necklace of coins strung together, is an important piece of ornament. Nose rings and earrings are also very common. Nose rings are worn on both sides of the nose. Anklets and bangles are also popular. Women wrap a cloth around the body, reaching from above the breast to the knees, and wear another cloth around the waist. They usually tattoo their foreheads. They first make a required sketch on the forehead with a paste of thondakuru seed, charcoal and turmeric. It is over the line sketch that the tattoo is finally applied with a needle. At the first menstruation of a girl, a special room known as chappa is built with walls of arrowroot leaves. She is considered impure for 7 days, during which period no man shall see her. Whenever she goes out of the chappa, she shall cover her head and face with a cloth. After 7 days, the girl is moved to a walled-up bank of the house. She is allowed to enter the house only after 10 days. Then the girl is taken to a place outside the house where she is given a ritual bath within an enclosed area. Before the bath, the girl circles her head with a lighted stick and then throws it back overhead. After bath, she is dressed up in fresh clothes and led back to her own house with her head and face covered. At the courtyard, she is handed a baby. Turmeric, needle, oil, rice and flowers kept on a plate are taken out and transferred to her clothes. Now the girl, along with a mature woman, pounds the mortar with pestle. After these symbols of sexuality, the girl is taken inside the house. Before entry, she offers a gift to a woman who blocks her passage. Inside the house, she is seated on a mat and served rice and curry. An elderly woman offers her a ball of rice, which she brushes away with her hand. Then the girl eats her food. This is followed by a feast to all in the village. Marriage is arranged by family on both sides. The bridegroom's parents visit the girl's house. If agreeable to all, the matter is taken to the chief. Characteristically, the Kurumbar wedding takes place in the bridegroom's house. The chief's house is regarded sacred. After saying the prayers at the Devapura on the wedding day, The bridegroom and relatives go to the bride's house, where they are formally received by the bride's father. The bride's parents bless the bride and her groom, after which they proceed to his house, where they bow before the lamp before entry. The bride's father gives some money, periyapanam, to the groom's father, who now hands it back to the bride. The bride and the groom seek the blessings of the chief and elders of the village. Tying a thali, the sacred thread around the bride's neck, is not prevalent among Kurumbars. Instead, the hands of the bride and the groom are joined together in panigrahanam. Death rites are also carried out in festivity with music and dance. The dead body is carried to the burial ground with the accompaniment of music. Articles like mat, vessels, knife, habitually used by the dead man, are placed near the body. In the case of women, her ornaments will also be put on the body. The Kurumbars bury the bodies, seldom cremate. The death anniversaries are marked by Kanjichiru. Kurumbars have permanent koil. They perceive their gods of the mountains and the tribe in the stones, in the koils. The protection of property, stage, cattle, agriculture, house of Kurumbars are left to the powers of gods. For bringing prosperity to the family, the gods are propitiated. Malleshwaran and Mariamma are the chief deities. The use of handheld bell, camphor lamp, conch shell common in prayers, one can still see the traces of Brahmin influence. Driving out evil spirits using camphor lamps and mantras is common even today. An important recreation is the ring dance performed by women. This is broadly described as Kurumbar dance. A decorated plate is placed on a mortar at the center and the women dance around it. This may have an association with fertility rites. Ring dance performed to the accompaniment of musical instruments such as Porai, Devil, Dambata, Kural, Jalara. The dance builds up a magical rhythm. Kurumbars have a wealth of folk songs portraying epic stories. The habitat of the Kurumbars was known as Uru. The chief of the Uru is known as Moopan and his wife Moopati. All matters social and religious are conducted on the decision of the Moopan. He is assisted by a functionary called Kurudala, whose duty is to serve as a peon. Another functionary is Bandari, whose role is that of a treasurer. For helping the Moopan in matters relating to agriculture, there is the Mannukaran too. When the number of families in the village becomes excessive, or when the Moopan loses the confidence of his people, a new village or a new Moopan will be created. All matters of common interest in the village are resolved in the council. The Moopan always has the last word in everything. Humbling themselves before the universal truth, these Kurumbars have recognized the truth of all life. The bashful smiles reflect a blissful cross-section of humanity.